Welcome to the championship game number 1 as you're looking at Slate Valley out there defensively in the field that's at the plate. Marble Valley has Colby McKay. He'll be leading things off, scheduled for 6. It rained just prior to the ball game. It's threatening skies, and the way it sets up, it's a double elimination tournament. Slate Valley coming in undefeated, and Marble Valley with that one loss, which they avenged last night against Tri-Town. So a win by Marble Valley will send us to another game. And that's going to be up the middle and hits the base. And boy, I tell you, that could be an omen of things to come tonight. As the odds of that, very slim. And that'll be a base hit for Colby McKay as he'll get on first. And that'll give me a chance real quickly to set the defense for you. Chad Amirio is the pitcher out there. J.C. Barber behind the plate doing the catching. Ryan Alexander's over at first base. Ryan Love is at second. Ian Visenchek is the shortstop. Mac Tomasi's at third. Zach Barber is in left field. Tyler Eddy in center. And Sam Eaton is your right fielder. And at the plate is Amy Jones to be followed by Shane Protovansky. And I was a little late because I kept going between being under tent and not being under tent. So I'll get caught back up on the defense here as Amirio will miss outside. And there's the throw down to first and runner back safe. Now last night's semifinal game between Tri-Town and Marble Valley, I think it was Shane Protovansky at the catcher spot, or it could have been Kyle Miles. Somebody threw down the first, picked the runner off first base. You don't usually see that at this age level. It was pretty impressive. And Jones will pop it up, and it'll be called for by Amirio and the catcher, and it'll be taken by Barber as he was just taller, and he reached toward the top. And boy, you got to talk out there. But he'll be able to hold on to it, and he'll get the out. So that'll be a pop out to the catcher in fair territory as Jones will fly out. Now Protovansky up. He had the big 3-run triple last night. Again, as Tri-Town and Marble Valley locked up in a good ball game last night. Ended up to be 5-1. Marble Valley with the win, and Amirio's pitch is going to be fouled off the end of the bat. And again, McKay down at first base with very good speed, and we'll see how aggressive they want to be running. Derek Ains on deck. Of course, Ains was the winning pitcher last night. He went all 6 innings, struck out 12. A win by Slate Valley tonight, and they will repeat as All-Star champions, Proctor All-Star Tournament champions. And it's going to be up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit. And they'll be picked up in center field, so a couple base hits here. As you see McKay stopping at second base. And again, Ains playing third base tonight. Just a real gritty pitching performance last night. And he used up 6 of his innings. I don't know if he has any innings available for tonight, but that's going to be driven over into right field, and McKay's going to be held at third base. So these hits are so sharp and on the button that they're not able to come home on it because it's getting so quick to the outfield. Plus, it rained before the game, and that outfield's pretty fast surface right now. Tyler Allen's stepping up there with 1 down, and the base is loaded. And again, when you get to this point, it's about taking advantage of opportunities. And right here would be a bookmark moment for both teams early in the ball game as Tyler Allen trying to deliver. Just contacts what he wants. Oh, great pitch right there by Amirio. And, of course, Tyler Allen swinging for the fences on that one. But again, I mean, it'd be great to say I'm going to hit a double or I'm going to hit a single to right field, but really what you want is just contact. Make the defense, make a play. And that's more than contact. That's going to be to the fence. 1 run in. We'll follow Protovansky, and he's going to have the second run. And I'm looking at third base. Shot. So Tyler Allen will deliver the third base hit. 1, 2. The fourth base hit here as McKay scored. Protovansky scored. Ains ends up at third base. Allen at second, and he drove in 2 runs. Now Kyle Miles up, and it's 2-0 here in the top of the first. And now the rain's starting to come down again. And yeah, as long as there's no nice catch. The throw to third. And he got back in time. I had to wait for the call. It was close, but he got back in time. So the rain coming down hard right now. I think it's going to be one of those brief showers. And we'll be okay. Sean Blanchard up with 2 down now, and runners at second and third. Now that's the thing about opportunities. You say, well, they drove 2 runs in right, but they had runners at second and third with just 1 out. That's still an opportunity out there. This is a very, very good Slate Valley team. And obviously a very good Marble Valley team. Oh, what a pitch there as he pulled the string, and the throw down to third base got away, and he decided, he was told, I believe, by the coach right there, Ains was to stay, or actually Ains got up kind of flexed, but he seems to be all right. As the rain's starting to let up a little bit now. Chad Muriel getting the start. J.C. Barber is the catcher, Muriel the pitcher, and the umpire, Dave Fitzgerald, could have been telling him a lot of things. I'm just speculating if he needed a new ball, dry ball, or maybe he's losing contact with the rubber. That was a good pitch on the inside corner and fouled off for a strike. 6 innings tonight. Mercy rule, I don't think applies in a championship game, but if it did, it's 12 runs or more, 12-run lead or more after 5.5 innings. No, it's 4.5 innings, so. Waits on the pitch. That'll be to shallow center field. It's going to drop in for a base hit, and another run will come in. And we'll have runners at the corners for Marble Valley, so they couldn't have drawn up a better first inning, because they have come to the ball game considered an underdog. Plus the fact, don't forget, if they win tonight, they still have to have another game, so it'd be 2 wins in a row they'd have to muster, as Blanchard will pick up an RBI, and I'll bring up Kai Norwood. And he'll step in from the right side. And he's the 8th batter to come to the plate here in the first inning against Muriel. And I'll reset. Well, let's see what Kai does here on his first pitch. That's going to be knocked down by the pitcher, Muriel, to first, and that's the inning, but it was a good inning for Marble Valley. They'll have that 3-0 lead as we head into the bottom of the first on Munger Vision. So Tyler Allen, who plays for Pittsford during the regular season, handed the baseball. He'll get the start tonight for Marble Valley. He's going to have Ryan Love, Chad Amirio, and J.C. Barber, the top 3 order here of Slate Valley. They find themselves down by 3-0 score. I think they come in with an undefeated record in this 2010 tournament. That pitch will be high for a ball. And that defense, well, it's been pretty solid throughout the whole tournament. They're going to put Shane Protovansky over at first base. Sean Blanchard will get the start at second. Colby McKay is at shortstop. And last night's winning pitcher, Derek Ains, at third base. The outfield has the left fielder, Kai Norwood. Amy Jones in center field, and Trevor Lear, the right fielder. Kyle Miles behind the plate doing the catching. And the pitch on the way. Going to be fouled off for a strike. Now, I haven't had a chance to watch Slate Valley play this year, but last year I did a couple of their games besides the title game, and they had some good-sized guys that could pound the ball. And the way the outfielders are backed up, they must have done their scouting, the coaches from Marble Valley. That's going to be down to first base. Protovansky will step on the bag, and there's one down. So the leadoff batter retired here for Slate Valley. Now the pitcher, Chad Amirio, up. Again, the biggest issue last night was that Ains, we knew he threw hard, and we knew he was athletic, but it was just not to be so jacked up and excited about the game that he would lose control with walks and everything, and he didn't. He played outstanding. Same thing for both pitchers tonight. They're young, very young people. They're in a championship game. There's a good crowd on hand. Not to come out too jacked up. Now, I thought Muriel threw the ball very well in the top of the first. Obviously, he was in the strike zone because they were able to get good swings on him. Allen here so far, you know, he's only on the second batter, seems to be again composed, taking his time between pitches, staying focused, going through his mechanics. Getting the 2010 Proctor All-Star Tournament brought to you on Munger Vision. You can also go to PEGTV.com, click Video on Demand, and that'll just be on the outside corner. You see the umpire indicating it was just off the corner. There's one out, nobody on here in the bottom of the first. 3 runs in the top of the first for Marble Valley. They are in the red uniforms. Yeah, a win by Slate Valley tonight, and he will hoist the championship trophy. That's a walk to Amirio. He'll go down to first base, down to catcher, J.C. Barber up. And he was, the scouting report I got, he's a good-sized guy. He can put the ball out of the park. And the outfielders will shift. Well, actually, they came from, they shaded toward the third baseline, and they moved backward straight away, and that'll be a strike at the knee. Good placement, and again, the throw down to first, the runner's back safe. Now, again, Miles with a very strong, very accurate arm behind the plate in the catcher's position. And the rain coming down. That's going to be chopped foul for a strike. Now, last night we saw, from the weather and all the hot weather we've had, the balls that are beat down to the ground, they became very hard high choppers, just like a tennis court almost. And that ball right there, you can see it hit the hard surface and come right up and hang. So Barber with a couple strikes on him, and pitch from Allen, trying to go outside corner, and it'll be a wild pitch and a runner. Mario will go down to second base. So with one out, Slate Valley with a runner in scoring position. Again, what is very apparent right there, Allen's trying to hit the spot, trying to go low outside corner, and doesn't want to put the ball right in the power zone for Barber. So a 2-2 count and the pitch on the way. That's going to be up the middle, and I think it went off from the pitcher. It'll go out through the hole between first and second, and Mario's going to come in, and he will score, and it'll be a 3-1 ball game now in the bottom of the first. And I think they want to check. Yeah, you can see Allen holding his, I believe, his left arm, but that was a hot shot up the middle that deflected off from the pitcher. And yeah, this, oh, if you've never been hit with a, when I was playing old man softball league, I pitched, and boy, the balls would come up 100 miles an hour, and they hurt when they get hit. I can't imagine a baseball like a BB. I'm trying to see if they're looking at his glove hand. But he's a tough guy, and they're talking to him pretty good. That's one of the umpires, Dave Fitzgerald, out there talking with him. And I'm sure they'll let him take a couple throws here if he decides he's going to continue on. Now, as far as innings left, I know Protovansky didn't pitch last night. McKay didn't pitch last night. I'm just trying to look through the rest of my roster. There's a lot of innings left out there. But I have the feeling that, yeah, Allen's going to try here, and they're going to let him throw some pitches into Kyle Miles. So the run came in, and Barber stayed at first base. So that's who I was trying to find. So Barber has the RBI single. He's at first, and Ian Misenchek up now, the shortstop. Those look like pretty good pitches to me. So Misenchek, and I know I'm pronouncing that right because his dad's the coach. He wrote it down in phonics for me, like a good guy. He knows he's not dealing with too bright a light bulb out here in center field. So can they'll play in the rain? It's that darn lightning and thunder you got to watch out for, of course, obviously, for safety reasons. So one out, the indication from the field umpire, and we are set now. So Allen going to stay in the ball game after being hit with that base hit. And it'll be high and away, and obviously a ball, and you can see that Miles came up and will just flip the ball down to first base, and the runner back well ahead of the throw. Getting real quick defensively, it's Protovansky at first, Blanchard playing second, McKay at short, and Ains at third. Miles behind the dish. On the mound is Allen. Jones in center field, Lears in right field, and Norwood the left fielder. That's a complete defense out there for Marble Valley. We'll have some changes probably after the third inning defensively. That's Misenchek set, and the pitch coming on the way from Allen. And ooh, just tickling that outside corner, but he didn't get the call. So already just a little different ball game than I thought we'd see. Two teams combined and not quite a full inning of play yet for 4 runs. They'll show bunt, and I'm sure he'll pull the bat back. Yeah, like a slap play, and there's a strike called. Again, this time he'll hit the outside corner and get the call. Hard to really tell what the weather's going to do tonight. Like I said, I got here and I set up on what I call Miles' platform that Johnny Miles built. But no cover, though. And, oh, that's a shot to center field. That's going to be a base hit. Jones will knock it down. And that was a more significant play than you thought because the outfield grass is wet. And I tell you, you get those line drives hit like that, they can skid real quick and get by you. But nice job of getting in front of the ball by Jones. So Misenchek will have a single. And now Ryan Alexander up. As each team getting deep into the order here in the first inning. So Alexander, the big lefty up there. And of course, Allen's going to try to keep the ball in that outside corner. And that's going to be popped up on the infield, and nope. Good effort by Miles. He just a little bit out of his reach to get there. And also Protovansky coming down from first base. A good try, good hustle by both guys. In the end, a lot of action on that play, but it's just a pop-up strike in foul territory. Ains about 2 feet, well, he backed up about 3 feet behind the third base bag. And took something off that pitch, changed speeds on him, and Alexander a little bit out in front of that will pop it off for strike 2. Runners at first and second. There is one run in here in the bottom of the first for Slate Valley. Marble Valley picking up 3 runs from the top of the first. And that's going to be out of play. Again, you can see the umbrellas in the background, and it is raining right now. Slight breeze blowing, but nothing that should really affect fly balls. So Alexander with a good at bat here, making Allen throw. Oh, that's a shot. And Jones going back, and that will hit in front of the fence. She will pick it up, and the runners had to wait to the last second, and they got a guy caught in no man's land, and very smartly they went home, and he's safe. Oh, the ball bobbled, a little bit of a collision there, and I tell you, it was a smart play. They didn't get caught in a pickle. They just attacked the bases, and the run will come in, and Alexander ends up at second base. He will pick up an RBI. It was Barber that came around to score. And at third base is Masenchek. So in a 3-2 ball game, Mac Tomasi coming up now. Now that just missed, leaving the ball field. As it was hit to just about dead center field. And Tomasi will foul that off the end of the bat, all the way to the backstop. 6th batter to come to the plate, Sam Eaton on deck. More of a wide open game than what I anticipated. 3-2 right now, but the Slate Valley squad, the runners at second and third, and that'll be fouled back for strike 2. No, I have the tent over me. I couldn't actually track the fly ball. I was watching Jones's reaction, and when she got to the fence, she kind of relaxed. I thought it was out of here, but it hit right at the base of the fence. I'll tell you, both, that's going to let the runner come home. They'll flip the ball over, and he'll be safe. We'll be tied up at 3. So on the wild pitch, Masenchek will come home, and Alexander hustling down to third base. So 3-3 in the bottom of the first. And still just the one out, and the umpire going to do a little cleaning out there, so he'll sweep off the plate. Remember, Ryan Love led this inning off with that ground out to Protovansky at first. And then the walk to Amirio, and then Barber with a single, Masenchek with a single, and Alexander with his shot out to center field. And so Tomasi with a couple strikes on him, and now looking for that second out. And that'll be to the backstop, and they're going to come home again, and he will be safe. So a couple back-to-back wild pitches, and that will give Slate Valley the lead at 4-3. And again, you just really see that Allen concentrating on keeping the pitch outside to these right-handed batters. So we've got a 7-run total between the two teams here. We're not out of the first inning yet. This could be a wild one. There is no 10-batter rule, as I learned this year in the tournament. Oh, I was all for that 10-batter rule in the West Rutland Marble Valley game. That is something to dance with later on when they're sitting around the rules committee, is if it gets to be 15, 16, 17, 18 to nothing, to start maybe at that point plugging in the 10-batter rule. Now that's going to be a base hit. Lear will chase it down in the gap, and that's going to be at least a double for Tomasi, and it looks like he's going to pull up at second base as he will go opposite field and get a double. Now Sam Eaton, the right fielder, up. And again, both pitchers putting the ball in the strike zone, obviously, with these batters be able to get good swings. So another left-hander, Eaton, second left-hander they've seen come up in the order here. And yeah, that one tailed away from him. Actually took a little pace off the ball, and Eaton a tad bit out in front of it. Again, you can always go to www.pegtv.com, click video on demand. You can watch all the local sports in the area that you want right there by just picking which game comes up on the menu that you want to view. Been a long first inning. And that's going to be the second base, picked up by Blanchard. He'll throw to first. There's out number 2. And, of course, Protovansky will turn around and run the ball back in as the runner very smartly at second base advanced to third on that ground out. Now Zach Barber up. He's the 8th batter to come to the plate here in the first inning. Remember, Marble Valley sent 8 batters to the plate in the top half of the first. As they readjust the outfield, they want to bring him in a few steps. And Allen with some velocity on that pitch, but it came in high and inside. Just remember being here Sunday, the heat and humidity after that latest rain shower. A nice cool breeze blowing now. And Nat will be outside for a ball. So 2 down, and the runner down at third base is Tomasi. Barber at the plate, Zach Barber, the left fielder at the plate. Marble Valley needing to win 2 games in a row to claim the All-Star Tournament Championship. And out from the dugout, they're telling him to relax his arm and just throw the ball. So that long look in to the catcher, and that's going to be the backstop. And Tomasi came about 8 feet down the line, but then he stopped and went back. And that also was a walk, as Zach Barber will head down to first base on ball 4, and Tyler Eddy, the center fielder, now at the plate. He is the 9th batter to get up here. And out of nowhere, big gust of wind coming through. Got a lot of signs being flashed down from third base. To the point where Eddie stepped out and set now to go to work in the batter's box, and that'll be off from Miles' glove. And again, Tomasi held at second, but Zach Barber takes off and goes to second base. So the runner stayed at third. Barber went from first to second, and he at the plate with a ball 1 count. Again, Allen being extended to 9 batters so far. That one came in high. Did catch the plate, but it was definitely high, at least about the letter high. And they just bring Norwood in now from left field. Oh, actually, he was backing up the throw, but he did step in quite a bit actually from the other batters. And that one will get the call. That one ended up just about belt high. So Allen will make it a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Allen just looking for that elusive third out to get out of this first inning. Again, trying to hit that outside corner, and right now it stands at 4-3, and we're only in the first inning. As you can see, the target being given by Miles. And off the plate, and that walk will load the bases up. That will bring back up top of the order Ryan Love. He's taking his time getting into the batter's box, but big opportunity here, getting already 4 runs in. And off the outside edge for a ball. Again, Allen gone deep in a lot of his counts here. He's thrown a bunch of pitches already. And he will be called ball 2, as that was high. But all that momentum that Marble Valley had after that half inning, they're very quiet in the dugout right now. And that's going to be inside for ball 3. On deck, that would be the pitcher, Chad Amirio. Got Love at the plate. He's been up once already this inning. He grounded out to Protovansky at first. That seems a long time ago right now. And there's a strike, and again, Tomasi will hold at third base. At this point, that ball really didn't get that far away from Miles, but you don't want to run yourself out of, even though there's 2 down, a lot of more runs sitting out there on base. That's going to be down to second. Blanchard will race to the bag and just get there for the out, but 4 runs for Slate Valley. They'll have that 4-3 lead going in the top of the second. Top of the second, finally underway, and we got a new pitcher out there. Mr. Alexander's out there as they made the switch between innings with Ryan Alexander taking Chad Amirio's spot. At the plate, the number 9 batter, Trevor Lear. Then top of the order, Colby McKay and Amy Jones due up. I have it as a 4-3 score. Slate Valley with the lead. And if each inning is going to be that long, I'm going to have to go get my car battery to finish out the game. Alexander, big, lanky left-hander. Muriel went down to second base, and I'm trying to see who slid over to play first, and that'll be a swing and a miss for strike 2. So Lear down in the count right now. Remember last year, the big closer they had for Slate Valley was the Davenport boy, and he seemed like he threw like an Amtrak out there. He's throwing so fast and so hard. Strike 3 looking, so Lear will go down on strikes. And that's the first strikeout for Slate Valley pitching. Actually, the first strikeout for Alexander. Now, top of the order, Colby McKay up. He had a single back in the first inning, and he eventually came around to score. Again, in between raindrops as it rains for a little while, and then it lets up. And again, good location right there. A lot different looking at a left-handed pitcher, too. I mean, it's going to take an inning or so to adjust, if they do adjust to Alexander. Slate Valley wins tonight. That's the tournament. They'll wrap it up. They'll go through the tournament undefeated and win the championship. And that looks to be playable. And it is on the outfield grass. Samario will make the call and make the grab for out number 2. And good, one thing about that play, which is good communications, everybody calling out for it, that they had it. Amy Jones up. She popped up to the catcher in fair territory. Her only time up. Remember last year's championship game was under very similar conditions, storming, and at the end of the game it rained the last inning and a half. Same 2 teams, Slate Valley and Marble Valley, were in the finals last year. Pretty much the same scenario. Slate Valley was undefeated. And that will be fouled out of play. I think the move that they made is they took Ryan Love from second base, moved him to center field, put Muriel from the pitcher spot at second base, and then brought Alexander from first over to pitch. That just leaves me one more body to account for, which would be the new first baseman. And on that outside corner, that'll be the inning. That was a strong inning by Alexander. It'll stay 4-3, Slate Valley with the lead going in the bottom of the second. Chad Amirio up. He'll start things off, and his first time up, he walked. He eventually came around to score a run. He's got J.C. Barber on deck. Tyler Allen getting to work here in the bottom of the second as he starts the second inning of work. He had a long first inning, and he'll start off with ball 1. There have been some defensive changes. To take Protovansky off from third, put him behind the plate. He's now the catcher. Kyle Miles, who was a catcher, he's gone into play third base, and they've taken Derek Ains, who was third base, and put him over at first. And that's going to go down the first baseline and foul. And then that's Braden Shannon over in right field. Jones stays in center. Norwood in left. And everything else looks the same with McKay at short and Blanchard at second. Oh, close pitch. Couldn't get the call, and that'll be a ball. Again, I'm looking at this was 10 batters came to the plate in the first inning for Slate Valley, and they've got that 4-3 lead. And they'd switched pitchers in the second inning. Went to Alexander. He had a nice, easy inning, a 1-2-3 inning, as he was able to kind of settle things down for Slate Valley defensively. That's going to be the shortstop, McKay. Nice bounce, come up, and see how nice he slides to the ball. And he slides to the ball nicely. That way he's got all his momentum going forward on his throws. So a 6-3 ground out. Now J.C. Barber up. He had a single, an RBI, and eventually he scored a run also in that first inning. Now he's the catcher right now for Slate Valley, and again, he goes about 5'8", 5'9". He's a good-sized guy. And the outfield backed way up. And that's going to be caught by Blanchard as he gets to the hole in the middle of the infield and will make the grab. Big league play out there by Sean Blanchard. So 2 outs very quickly here. Now Ian Visenchek up. He had a single, and he scored a run also in the first inning. So Visenchek trying to get on base here with 2 down and nobody up. That's going to be to the hole, and yeah, right there you can just see his feet, McKay's feet go out underneath him. Now it has been raining. I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but unofficially, I would hate to say this, but I'd give him an error on that. but I'm unofficial. So Alexander up now with the runner at first. He had a very long single. Actually, they had to wait and make sure I didn't leave the ballpark or get caught at the fence, but he ended up with just a single and an RBI. So Alexander, obviously, as you can see, stepping in from the left side. And that's going to be out of play. And I'm not sure who that was. Somebody made an error back there trying to catch it in foul territory. And I believe that's a 1-1 count now. Oh, they just said one more, so it must be 2 strikes. On that first swing, I don't know if he'd held up or not. I'll tell you that didn't get called a strike, but that was a great pitcher's pitch. He came inside high and tight. And just really, that's where you want to, if you can't keep that outside corner to him, you want to come inside and jam him like that. But you got to put some mustard on the pitch like he did right there. And again, that right there could just be a wet ball as the will slip and go high out of the strike zone. They retired Emirio on a ground out to shortstop. Then Barber lined out on a great play by Blanchard. Then the error at short. And that's what brought up Alexander in this position. And now go past Blanchard. He got a piece of it, knocked it down. And they are going to move up a base, and that's where they're going to hold him up as they're going to go around, and the throw going to come home up the line, and he is going to be safe, and Alexander will end up at third base. As it was a close play at home, but Masenchak able to get in there. The ball was dropped eventually, and Alexander will be at third base. Now Mac Tomasi up. He had a double his first time up, so a 2-out run makes it 5-3 Slate Valley. That's going to be to McKay, and he'll stay down on the ball. He's got the long throw. Safe. The run will score, and good hustle by Tomasi to get down the line. And that throw generating from deep in the hole at short. Fry McKay. So Tomasi will get that infield single, plus he'll pick up an RBI. Now Sam Eaton up. He grounded out to Blanchard at second base. His only time up. He's 0 for 1. If they get the game in tonight because of the weather and Slate Valley does win it, they'll have the trophy presentation on the infield. And I'll keep the camera rolling for that. Went after that high fastball, couldn't catch up to it. That'll be a strike. Oh, they all like them around their eyeballs like that. Hard to hold up on those high pitches. So he'll take a few practice swings, step back into the box, and Eaton all set now, and the pitch coming in from Allen. Again, that's a great spot right there. He hit that outside corner. Taking a little something off the pitch. So he's got 2 strikes, 2 down, 2 runs in. 6-3 right now is the score. Slate Valley with the lead just in the bottom of the second. Great pitch, got the inside corner. That will be the inning, but 2 runs coming in after there were 2 outs, making it 6-3 Slate Valley. So in the third, it's going to be the 3-4-5 spot. Protovansky, Ains, and Allen, and that's a foul ball. So Alexander in his second inning of work, he had 2 strikeouts as he had a 1-2-3 second inning. As they retrieve that foul ball and get in. Again, scheduled for 6, and I'm sure they've had them. I haven't seen one yet myself, an extra inning game in the tournament. Which I'm looking for just a 6-inning game tonight because Hell's Kitchen's on at 8 o'clock, and I can just about make it home to watch that. So Protovansky stepping back in. Again, he's moved from third base to the catcher spot tonight. And a good eye there. With a guy like Alexander, he's very intimidating because he's big at his age level, at this age. But you got to have patience with him. Make him throw some pitches. Make him come into the strike zone, actually. They chased a couple balls that were high and away, and Protovansky will drive that down to first. Knocked down, plenty of time. He'll step on the bag, and oh, Protovansky hit that bag awkwardly, and they will take a look at him as he went over that, and Dave Fitzgerald right there. Okay, so we'll pick it back up in the bottom of the third. The injury to Protovansky, unknown right now, but he had to be assisted off the field by a regional ambulance, and we won't keep you abreast of it. We'll just keep playing the game and see what happens. Hope for the best for him. Slate Valley defensively retired the last 2 outs at the top of the third. That's where we're at right now. I just skipped over that because I was just kind of gathering up the atmosphere, but they've got the 6-3 lead. Very quiet crowd now. Tyler Allen still on the mound pitching. And this is Zach Barber, and then Tyler Eddy, and then top of the order, Ryan Love, 2 up. And that'll be a foul ball. Now to play. And so Allen, who started the ball game, had that long first inning of work where he faced 10 batters. Kind of settled down a little bit in that second inning, and gets the leadoff batter here on a strikeout. I remember last inning he was able to get the first 2 outs and then gave up the 2 runs after that, but he's got Tyler Eddy up now, and he's been up only the 1 time, and he walked. You see him ask for time and get time as he gets settled in the box from the right side. And a good pitch right there. Hit the outside corner for a strike. So I have a question I'll have to ask. Kyle Miles is at third base. Who makes that? Who's catcher then? Sean Blanchard. Okay, so Sean Blanchard's gone in to catch. And that's McGregor Shannon has gone into second base. So that's the change right there. And everything else looks the same defensively. So we'll go around the horn here in just a second. So Blanchard's now the catcher. And that's a good pitch right there as he tied him up inside. And Allen with back-to-back strikeouts will now face Ryan Love, who is 0 for 2 tonight. So I'm just looking at who's playing first now. That's Derek Ains. Okay, so Derek Ains is at first. McGregor Shannon's at second. McKay's at third. Miles is the third, or McKay's at short. Miles is at third. The pitcher's Allen. Blanchard the catcher. Jones still in center. Braden Shannon is the right fielder. And Norwood is the left fielder. And that's the defense out there for Marble Valleys. They're down by 3 runs here in the bottom of the third. Remember, Allen had the first 2 outs last inning, then got in a little bit of trouble after that and faced 4 more batters. But just like basketball, he needs a defensive stop here this inning. They need to kind of slow down the offensive momentum of Slate Valley. Again, Allen's been nibbling on that outside corner the whole ball game, and he's been pretty stubborn about pitching that outside corner. There's one down the pipe for a strike. And that time he came inside with a fastball and able to tie him up and get the swinging strike. So that's 2 strikes in the count. He has 3 strikeouts in the ball game, 2 this inning. And that's going to be 2 shortstops. See McKay with the charge. It's going to be a tough play to throw, and he'll beat it out. So good effort by McKay to charge the ball and throw across his body out bounds, but just too much speed down the line, and Love will be there with his first base hit, an infield single. Now Mario up, Chad Mario. He walked in the first inning, then grounded out to the shortstop, McKay. So officially 0 for 1. And that'll be the throw down to first, and boy, that was a close play. Nice job by Ains to get there and get the throw from Blanchard. It was a good throw. Remember the semifinal game against Tri-Town, they picked a runner off from the catcher's position with the throw to first. And that's knocked down by Miles, and McKay will pick it up, and yeah, best thing they can do is just sit on it right now, and they will. Just a good job of knocking the ball down, as that was a bullet down the third baseline. So a couple infield singles after 2 down, and I'll bring up J.C. Barber. He's 1 for 2. He had a single and an RBI back in the first, and he lined out to Blanchard, who was playing second at the time. I remember he made that nice diving grab up the middle of the field. And so Barber stepping in there with a chance to pick up a couple of runs here. Oh, what a bad hop. That's the second time in this ball game it hit the pitcher's mound, or second base it hit, and then it hit the pitcher's mound, and the run will score. And kind of an awkward slide into home, but he looks like he'll be okay. So that's the second RBI for Barber as he drives in another run here. And again, this is all taking place with 2 down for the second inning in a row now. Ian Misinchek up. He's been on base twice. He has singled, and he's reached on an error, and he's scored twice. And that's going to be off from the glove of Blanchard, and yeah, everybody going to move up a bag. So 4-run first, a second run, 2-run second, and now 1 run so far here in the third, and that's where we're at 7-4. Slate Valley with the lead. That was a good pitch by Tyler Allen right there, as he'll get the big swing from Misinchek, and we're going to have Alexander on deck. Hard chopper off the glove of Allen, and yeah, again, just hit the right place at the right speed and couldn't really do much with it. I'm going to give him an infield single on that. That'll drive in a Mario. He'll score. And I'm looking for Mr. Barber. He's over at third base. Misinchek will pick up an RBI. And Ryan Alexander up now, the big lefty. I'm just crying 2, 4, 6, so 8-3 now is the score. In the third, I don't know if they'll get all 6 in it just because of the darkness factor. It was probably close to 45 minutes delay between the ambulance arriving and then the ambulance loading up Shane. Matt Run will score on that wild pitch. And I'm just looking at Misinchek will move up to second base. And so Allen, again, got the first 2 outs for the second consecutive inning, and then problem finding that third out as Blanchard will locate the ball. Never really got that far away from him, but sometimes when it's that close to you, it's the hardest time to find it. See the long look in, and the target's on the inside corner from Blanchard. He'll miss high, and that will be to the backstop, and you can see that Misinchek will move up to third base. And Tomasi on deck, and they're going to come out and talk to Tyler Allen and see if he'll continue on in the ballgame. So they'll stay with Allen as they're trying to just get that last out here this inning. I'm assuming if they're going to make a pitching change, they're just trying to get out of this inning. Again, it's rained on and off, and continuing to sprinkle right now. So Alexander's set. Allen with the pitch. That's going to be snagged by Ames. He'll step on the bag. That's the inning, and it was another good inning offensively for Slate Valley as they'll pick up 3 more runs. They'll have that 9-3 lead over Marble Valley as we go to the 4th inning of play. So we'll sort out the order, but right now it's going to be Miles, Blanchard, and Norwood due up. And again, the rain coming down harder now as we're in the top of the 4th. And I'm just trying to figure out the change in the batting order when I get to Protovansky's spot. That's going to be up to Alexander, the strong throw to first, and ball dropped over at first, and Miles will be safe at first base. That's going to be a tough play right from the get-go. Just the way the ball kind of died out in no man's land there, and then Alexander able to get to it through the inside of the bag and just going to be safe at first base. Now Blanchard up. He's had a single. He's had an RBI. And with the score 9-3 in the 4th, I believe in a 6-inning game now, we're over the halfway point, that this to get through this half inning would make it an official ball game. Nice looking pitch from Alexander. Now you would expect a big guy like that to throw a lot of heat, and he has, but he's also changed up his pace, but he's been able to move the ball around and hit certain spots. He's looked very impressive out there on the mound. And that's going to be the second base. They'll take the lead runner out. There's one, and that's all they're going to have, and Blanchard will go back to first base, so they'll get the force out at second. And Blanchard will have a fielder's choice, and now Kai Norwood up. He grounded out to the pitcher. His only time up. So yeah, we're very somber mood here at the championship game. Not because of the score or anything like that, just the fact that their young player was injured. And again, you see that tough pitch coming in, and Norwood will swing over the top of it, and that'll be strike one in the count. And actually, for the rain that we've had through today, plus this different periodic showers throughout the ballgame, the field stayed in really nice shape. It was a good job by, I'm assuming it's still Barber doing the catching. He slid out and made the grab and kept the runner at first base. And Slate Valley coming in with no losses yet in the tournament, just to win tonight. Now win the 2010 championship of the All-Star tournament. And I was here last year when they won it. And another impressive group from that region. And that's going to be foul down the first baseline. Norwood able to go up and actually took the pitch. It was on the outside corner. He went with the pitch, but he'll foul it off. There's that one out, and the runner at first is Blanchard. And he's got good wheels. And that will be the first batter hit by a pitch, and Norwood going to try to tell you where he got hit was right where there's just no meat, right on his shin. Nothing but bone there at any age, and yeah, he'll walk it off. He'll have a big hickey on his shin tomorrow. As you can see, the umpire Dave Fitzgerald checking with him. They'll take a few minutes here to try to walk it off, walk around. And the last thing you want to do is stop moving around because they'll get stiff on you, but they'll let them walk and take as much time as they need. Of course, Dave Fitzgerald, just an outstanding individual there. He'll give him all the time he needs. Of course, Marble Valley had to beat Tri-Town to get here. There was a battle of the each team with a one loss the other night in the semifinal game. Outstanding ball game in the semifinal. And Braden Shannon now, so that's what I was looking for. He'll bat for Lear. Lear was 0 for 1 in the ball game. Obviously Shannon's first time here, and he'll take strike one. So first and second after the hit batter. And just the one down. In the fourth, in the rain. And same pitch, same result, strike two. See Shannon step out and take a few extra swings, so he's getting the signs down from the third base coach. Strike three is, that time he came in a little bit harder with it, and he'll have the strikeout. Top of the order, Colby McKay now coming up. Yeah, Colby tonight, he had a single and scored a run back in the first, and then he flied out to the second baseman. Thinking he's top of the order. They've gone back around through the order once now. And he actually, they could appeal that. It looked like he might have actually committed with the swing, and I think they're asking for that from the dugout. And they'll say no. So they'll go as ball one. With the 2 outs. Pretty much same pitch, and this time he did come in. It'll be a 1-1 count. Yeah, 2 down there. Any ball hit, they're gone. They got to be running. So again, McKay taking his time, stepping out, just breaking up the rhythm of the pitcher, Alexander. And again, Alexander seemed to hit his spots. He came inside a couple times, and that pitch was up and on the outside part of the plate. And he'll be ahead in the count now. At 1-2. Looking to end the threat here in the 4th. And that's going to be to the infield and caught at first. That's the inning. They'll strand a couple. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. 9-3. Slate Valley with the lead. New pitcher's Braden Shannon out there. He's a left-hander. He'll replace Allen, and they both play in the same Pittsford team during the regular season. And that'll be outside for a ball. Tomasi up at the plate, and so far in the ball game, Tomasi with a couple singles and an RBI. So he's having a 2-for-2 day. And that'll be foul tip caught by the catcher Blanchard, and that'll be a 1-1 count now. Remember last inning defensively, Braden Shannon was the right fielder, and he's been moved in now to take over the pitching. Drop down sidearm, almost like Dan Quisenberry used to pitch, that submarine style, and he'll get the swinging strike. He'll have a 1-2 count now on Tomasi, who'll be followed by Eaton and then Zach Barber. That's the 3 up here in the bottom of the 4th for Slate Valley. That was just a tad outside. It'll be a ball 2. And again, it rained just before the ball game, and we've had intermittent showers during the contest. Raining right now, and I believe now it's become an official ball game as we're in the bottom of the 4th. And he'll come in with some heat, but it'll be high, and he'll run it to a full count. Yes, he will. As I was watching the umpire. So Shannon trying to get that lead runner off, and got him. Hit the outside corner, and he'll strike out Tomasi. So that'll be the first time tonight that they'll retire Tomasi. Eaton has grounded out to second base and struck out. So he's working on an 0-for-2 tonight, and he'd like to change that right here. He's also defensively moved forward to play first base for the Slate Valley squad. And that will be a ball. And defensively looks the same as Ains at third base. McKay stays at short. McGregor Shannon's at second. Allen has gone in to play first base. Blanchard has stayed at second. Jones in center. McCullough has gone to right, and Miles to left. I think that's up to date. And that's a strike as that tickles the outside corner to the left-handed hitter. That's going to be through the hole at first, and that'll be a base hit. McCullough will pick it up. There he is. And get the ball back into the infield. So there's a single with 1 down. And a good hard hit. Now Zach Barber up. He's walked, and he has struck out. Again, 9-3 in the bottom of the 4th in the rain. Getting dark. As Marble Valley shifting their outfield defensive alignment around a little bit. Showed bunt, brought the bat back. Pitch was outside, called a ball. And this will win tonight for Slate Valley, and they'll wrap up the All-Star Tournament Championship. Would have defended their title from last year. And a throw back, and the runner back safe. You see that nice mechanics on the windup by Shannon, and the throw down to first, and the runner back safe. That's good. Blanchard's got a good arm. He's being aggressive. It's just tough right now to handle the ball with the wetness. So the wind up in the pitch, and there's a strike called at the knee. Tell you the truth, I've lost track of the count, but I know there's at least one strike. And they say he went after it. That's going to be strike 3. Yeah, and they'll send the runner Eaton down to second base. So 2 down now. And Tyler Eddy coming up. Yep. He walked back in the first. And he's got a runner out there in scoring position. Again, right now, Marble Valley just trying to get a stop here score-wise. And that pitch too far inside for a ball, and back the batter back off the base, the plate, off the plate. And he'll be fouled off. Not very, very quiet crowd sitting in the rain. I mean, you'd like to see anybody at all get hurt, but it was just such an I can't, for lack of words, a unique play. Shane was just running down to first base, about 7 to 8 feet before the base. It looked like he grabbed his abdominal area and then went down, and that was when they had to call the ambulance for him. That'll be the inning. We'll go to the 5th, 9-3 Slate Valley. Just discussing the darkness issue coming down, the rain coming down, and a hard, steady clip, and then it's getting extremely dark. Now, I brightened up the picture for you with the iris of the camera, but as we're going into the 5th, Jones at the plate. 0 for 2 tonight. And it'll be skipped in there. It's going to be hard to hold the ball right now, too. That's Alexander on the mound. He came in to pitch from the 2nd inning on. He's done an excellent job. I have him with 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts unofficially. And there's a strike at the knee. I mean, he comes right over the top like that. He's got to be tough to pick up the release point of the ball. And that was his fastball, and Jones couldn't catch up to it, and she'll have 2 strikes on her now. And I'm sure the microphone, I'm not myself, I'm quiet tonight. I didn't like what I saw happen with the injury and stuff. But you hear the rain on the tent over my head. There's strike 3, so Jones will go down on a strike 3 call to start off the 5th. No, and I missed who was at the plate now. I'll have to ask somebody. Tried to bunt, missed the bunt, and that'll be a strike. Didn't bring the bat back. I think it was a strike anyways, but the bat never came back. He committed with it. Yeah, because this is Protovansky's spot, and obviously he's not going to bat anymore tonight. And a strike called. It looks like McGregor Shannon, but I can't be sure. So Alexander, looking for the 2nd out of the 5th inning, will come in, and he went and got him. Yeah, he committed to the strikeout, and 2 down now on strikeouts. And Derek Ains up. He's 1 for 2 tonight. He had a single, he scored a run, and he struck out in the 3rd. Some strikeouts for Alexander. And rain's not bothering him. He's catching and firing strikes. He's got beautiful mechanics when you watch him pitch. And that's going to be great stop at second base. Amirio with a tough scoop will throw over to first. They'll get the out. Now they're asking for a new ball. First pitch was a ball. Ryan Love at the plate. Braden Shannon on the mound. We're in the bottom of the 5th. And quite a downpour actually now. I'm a little bit surprised. I know about the thunder and lightning and all that. Shannon with the throw to first, and they got the out. So they retired leadoff batter here in the 5th. Of course, Braden Shannon Just like all those players on the field, you can plug them in many, many different positions and they'll excel for you. There's Chad Amirio up now. He was the starting pitcher tonight for the Slate Valley squad, and then he moved out and played very well at second base. And Shannon wants to catch that ball and get going. He wants to catch and throw, and he'll miss high right there. Defensively, it looks the same with Allen at first, McGregor, Shannon at second, McKay at shortstop. Third base is Ames. Miles has gone to left, Jones in center, and that looks like Dominic McCullough in right. They'll show bunt, but they'll take the bat back here. Yeah, and that will hit the outside corner. Nice pitch by Braden Shannon. J.C. Barber on deck. Marble Valley able to score 3 runs in the top of the first, and then have been shut out since that point. Then the more important thing is the injury to Protovansky. And of course you hope very much it wasn't a serious, it was just a strange play. He grounded out and running to first base about 7 feet before first base. He just went into pain and grabbed his lower abdominal area, and they had to call the ambulance. And yeah, and against that's nobody picked up the ball. I don't know if it's because of the sky or the darkness or what, but everybody's going to be safe first and second now. I should be missing check up now, as I'm trying to get track of my book, keep it dry here. Can Slate Valley without a loss win tonight? They are the champions, and that will be a foul ball. Again, I don't know if there'll be enough light to watch the trophies be handed out. That's going to allow the runners to try to move up, and that throw's going to sail out, and that's going to allow the run to score. There's the 10th run of the ball game coming in, and the runner at third is, I believe the call was safe, yes. So Amirio scored. Barber ends up at third, and I think that's up to date now. So I should make it 10 runs, 10-3. Slate Valley with the lead. Getting hard to see the book. It's so dark now. Like I said, I brightened the picture up by reducing the shutter speed and opening the iris. So I guess what they want to do is get through all 6 innings. And that's a good pitch by Shannon right there. So fake to throw down to third. And I'll tell you, I'm about to say the worst thing to do is throw down to third, and they did, and the runner will score, and it'll be 11-3 now. And still just the 1 out, so missing check will have the bases clean now as he gets set to step back in there and continue his at bat. And what he's asking the umpire for, Braden, is a dry baseball. And he will be accommodated by Dave Fitzgerald. And then right now, yeah, the umpires getting the count right there. Had a question on what the count was, and they got together, and everybody's on the same page now. And too far outside. And I just want to show you the lights are on over there in the concessions booth because it's dark. It's dark enough where I'd go to bed. That's to the backstop, and Misinchek will hustle down to first base. And now Ryan Alexander coming up. Again with an 11-3 score. And it's pretty much a cloudburst now. So what was a great tournament. Again, everybody, great effort, put on another outstanding all-star show. And that's going to be into the dugout area, and will be a foul ball, obviously, for a strike. Just heartbroken for the Protovansky family. I hope everything's going to be okay there. And nope. He was trying to nibble that outside corner, and the umpire said he went just a little too far, and it'll be a ball. And just the one out as they'd retired Ryan Love to start this inning off. And there will be a swinging strike, so good job pitching by Braden Shannon as Mac Tomasi up now. He's 2 for 3 today, Tomasi is, and they'll adjust the outfield. They'll have him back up a tad bit. That runner at first base is Misinchek. And just the way they're swinging, it's going to be hard to be picking up the ball. So I guess what they're going to shoot for is to get through this bottom half of the 5th, get the top of the 6th in, score holds, quickly give out the trophies. And that's going to be caught. Oh, nice job. As that's McGregor, Shannon. He'll make the grab. We'll go to the top of the 6th, 11-3, Slate Valley with the lead. Misinchek's coming in trying to close this thing out. Ian Misinchek, and he's going to be looking at, well, in my book I've got it as Tyler Allen, Kyle Miles, and Sean Blanchard, the 3 up. It's 11-3, top of the 6th in the darkness and in the rain at the 2010 Proctor All-Star Tournament. 3 outs, and that will wrap up the title for Slate Valley. And it's been raining hard for a good 2.5 innings now. Real hard. And I know they might even have a rule that says they once they start a championship game, they have to finish it. But you know, common sense has to prevail, and I'm just looking at the darkness factor. I was watching some of those swings from Slate Valley in the bottom of the 5th, and a lot of times it looked like they just didn't pick the ball up. And that'll be a walk by Misinchek to start off the top of the 6th. So Allen will hustle down to first base. Now Kyle Miles up. He's 1 for 2 tonight. He had a single his last time up. And he's just about played everywhere. He's caught tonight. He's been at third base. They've had him out in left field. He's one of those real versatile players you talk about. You can see the rain coming down in front of the camera. And there's a strike called. Misinchek throws some heat, I can tell you right now. From what I can see, when I look through the viewfinder, I can see better because I've artificially lightened the picture. When I just stand outside the camera and look, it's pitch black almost, I can't see. Strike 2 called. So they're looking, yeah, he's starting to find his rhythm here. He didn't take a lot of warm-ups, so I don't think if he took any at all, actually. And that's going to be a chopper back to Misinchek. He'll turn, throw to first, and you know what he did really well there? He got to the ball extremely quick, but then he stopped, set himself, took his time, and threw for the shore out at first. So ground out, and Allen will go to second, and Sean Blanchard up now. He's singled, and he's been hit by a pitch. I think. I can't read that. A fielder's choice. Okay, so he singled and had a fielder's choice. I wasn't joking. I couldn't read it. It's so dark in here. So Allen at second, and right now the Marble Valley squad needs 8 runs to get this thing tied up. Tell you, they came through the losers bracket. They won their first game. They lost the second game of the tournament, 6-4 to Tri-Town, in what was a great ball game. And then they've just been grinding themselves through here to get to this title game. And that's going to be a base hit. Nice job by the left fielder on a wet surface to scoop that ball up. Is that Zach Barber out there that picked the ball up? That's runners at first and third now for, well, it's Kai Norwood scheduled. But it's going to be McCullough. So McCullough's coming up, and he's going to bat. That's right, because he went in defensively 2 innings ago. So McCullough going to get a chance to swing the bat here with the 1 out. There's a strike at the knees of McCullough. Again, missing check. Third pitcher used tonight by Slate Valley. Alexander worked from the 2nd to the 5th. Muriel started the ball game, and now missing check trying to close it out. And a good stop by the catcher, J.C. Barber, back there, as he's able to backhand that ball and keep the runner at third base and at first. And boy, look at that scoop by Barber. Whoa. He looked like a shortstop on that play. And that time he went inside with the fastball and got McCullough. That's 2 down now, just 1 out away from the championship, and that should be Braden Shannon coming up. Yeah, so Braden Shannon with the 2 outs and 2 on. You need to get on base any way you can here to keep this thing alive. Thinking he'll be at the feet of the catcher, J.C. Barber. Well, he's been impressive back there as they get a new ball from the field umpire, Dave Fitzgerald. There's a swinging strike. So Braden Shannon played a little bit everywhere tonight too. We saw him on the mound last time, but before that he was in the outfield. And that just missed. A little bit high. I had Shannon bending back out of the way, but it wasn't that close to the inside. Check swing, and there's the catch, and there's the championship. Nice grab, and an awkward Ronnie will make the grab nicely, and that'll be the ball game. It'll be 11-3 Slate Valley with the win. Congratulations. Again, they went through the tournament undefeated this year, and you just look at them. They've got the pitching, a lot of big bats, good teamwork, good coaching, and they are the 2010 champions. Yeah, now I'm not sure who's going to give out the trophy. It looks like, no, I'm trying to locate it myself. As they shake hands, a great effort by Marble Valley. They jumped out to that 3-0 lead at the end of the half inning. Top half of the first, but the injury to Protovansky just really put for me, I'm sure for a lot of people, just tremendous somberness on the rest of the ballgame. But again, a great effort by Slate Valley as they will repeat and be the champions. And again, they just okay, they're going to give out the runner-up trophy. Of course, I forgot that first. Yeah. I'm just trying to see where the trophy's coming from, and that's what I can't find, is where the trophy actually is. Where's it? Oh, okay. No, so we won't even see it. All right, so they're going to hand the trophies out, but they're going to be over in the dry area. So, again, the Slate Valley squad undefeated through the whole tournament. They'll be the champions. Congratulations, and we'll catch you some different sports down the road.